I'm recording a typical episode of The Amateur Traveler. That is, I'm editing actually. This is episode 135, which is about Ireland. And what I'm doing at this point, I have my introduction in and I have my interview in, because the show is an interview show. And I'm editing the interview to take out the ums and ahs and to clean it up, make it smoother, make the guest and I both sound better. And it's a bit of a painstaking process. Usually I think it takes me about an hour for 10 minutes of content, sometimes more. It really depends about how smooth the guest's speech patterns are.
And they're nice because in both places you'd get to mingle with,
So I don't like that there. So
well, say more.
I'm going to take that out, just slide this in. The other thing is, after I take out all the ums and ahs, the whole show gets a lot shorter. It's easier for my guests, and it doesn't lose any content.
Get to mingle with, well, say more so in the bed and breakfast, you might mingle with, both places you'd get to mingle with, well, say more so in the bed and breakfast. And they're nice because in both places you'd get to mingle with, well, say more so in the bed and breakfast, you might mingle with, people who are.
Okay, I'm just going to take out that whole phrase.
Mingle with, well, say more so in the bed and breakfast, you might mingle with, you'd get to mingle with people who are, people with,
okay, I'll leave that out there.
you'd get to mingle with people who are from the area, and then of course in the hospital.
So that shortens it by eliminating that extra phrase.
The area, and then of course in the hostel you meet people also who are also traveling, and that can be.
So we stumbled just a little there.
So you meet people also who are also traveling. People also.
Okay. Part of it is just experience of seeing the words a bit.
Also, you meet people who are also traveling, and that can be interesting too.
Okay.
Meet people to go around with.
And then I'm also going up here and I'm marking on the podcast track that this is a new chapter. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to come back later on, probably a couple days from now, and put in some pictures and links for this next particular topic. And this is the start of another question. And I know some people who have stayed just a little further out of. And notice that I have myself on this track and I have my guest on this track. I recorded this from Skype, and in Skype later I'm using Call Recorder, and Call Recorder will automatically record this interview as a movie, and then I'll split apart the two tracks of the movie into the two tracks and import them into GarageBand, which is what I'm using to edit. And with that, I'll probably stop the recording, but that gives you some idea of what the editing's like. I've got hours of this left.